Hey, it's Mike with Serr.biz, Search Engine Ranking Rules, and today we're going to take a look at Schema. Schema markup. It's a bit geeky and it's pretty technical, and I don't really recommend that local business owners try to go it alone. It's, like I said, it's pretty geeky. However, you should be aware of what Schema is, and as we talked about earlier in the tutorial series, Schema is hidden code that Google really likes. It helps Google understand what your page is about. It also can result in site links showing up in the search results, which I'm sure you've seen. You might type in something and there'll be a website or just FAQs. Well, that's created through Schema and rich text markup, etc. However, why it's important for you to know about Schema is if you're gonna hire out your SEO, make sure your consultant knows what Schema is and can prove it to you. Because bad Schema can also mess up your site. So it's something you wanna be careful with and make sure you implement it. Now, we're gonna jump over to the computer and we're gonna implement a little bit of local Schema for this local website, and then we're going to insert it into our sample site, our Duda website. Even though it's being done in Duda in this instance, you should be able to implement it on pretty much any of your other platforms, such as WordPress, Shopify, etc. A lot of those have plugins that you can get. So anyway, let's jump over to the computer and get cracking. Okay, so we're over at our tutorial, actually. Let's pop over to the target website where we're going to implement local Schema markup. It's going to be this website again, TKA Dojo, and we want to implement a bit of markup which tells Google very specifically our address and so forth. So there's no way that Google can mistake what our address is and the fact that we're a local business, etc. Now, we like a tool for this called the Schema Markup Generator. It's by technicalseo.com. It's a very good tool. It has all the basic things that you want. So you just go to this URL, and it'll be in the footer below, and choose local business right here. And then you just fill out the information, name, URL for the logo, the URL of the website, phone number, price range, etc. Once you have this all implemented, and you can also include some of your social media links, which is always good. Over here, you're gonna have some code. So once it's created, just grab the code over here. You can just select it all, scroll up like that, and then you would copy it to your clipboard. Then over in Duda itself, in the editor area, you go to settings and then head HTML, and we already have it open, and you would just, paste in the code here. Now, technically speaking, we did a little bit of customization for this website because they have two addresses. That tool doesn't really allow you to do that, to have two addresses. So we had to do some customization. Now, we would just hit save, and it gets implemented. And then of course you have to republish. It's already done for us, so we're not going to bother doing that. And then when you refresh the page, nothing's changed. No, because it's hidden code. You don't see it. You could look at the source code if you want. Here, we'll see if we can find it. Let's type Schema, and here's some of the Schema markup right here. Schema, blah, 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 blah. Now, Duda has a default function when you're building an actual page for Schema markup for FAQs. So like right here, this is an FAQ widget that is pre-built into Duda, and not only does it create a nice, pleasing visual FAQ on your website, it also generates the Schema markup for it. So that's how you implement Schema, the local aspect anyway, on your Duda website. Again, you can take that code and insert it into the header of your WordPress website, your Joomla website. Not so much with Shopify. You can, but that gets more geeky and so forth. One thing that you do want to do once you've implemented it is go to this website, validateschema.org, put in the URL where you've added the schema and run the validator. And we've already done that here. And you can see, we've got organization, one item that's valid, and we have an FAQ that's valid because we did it on the home page. Other things that you might want to add are your reviews when you have them. If you have recipes, there's a whole schema markup for recipes. Videos also have schema markup. So there's lots and lots of things you can add via schema to your website that won't affect the visual presentation of it, but Google will really, really, really like it. So another place you can test to see if your markup is good is to go to Google Search Console itself. And over here, they have a bunch of items that are checking for schema markup in rich text. And in this case, we can see that TKA Dojo, Google has found the logo 7 times and they're valid. It has found the FAQ markup and it's valid. So you want to keep an eye on this stuff and make sure that you're not creating bad schema. Bad schema is worse than no schema. So there you go. Okay, so that's how you implement a very basic local business schema into every page of the website. In this case, it was Duda, and we did it through the global settings. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Also know that we are going to be doing a longer video and tutorial just on schema and the ways you can use it to improve your search engine optimization. All right, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. My name's Mike with Serr.biz. See you next time.